Thursday, January 6th.
Palace of Justice.
Oh!
Has a high court, a place reserved for only the most serious of crimes.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Whew.
It's time to wing it.
Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice. Doesn't sound like that at all, but I'm going to make it that way. Awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance.
Are you nervous, Falcon?
No.
No? We are justice.
Yeah. Nope, we've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers. See? Totally unruffled.
Wow, well, at least one of us is feeling confident.
Wonderful.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do?
No, we've got a handle on things.
Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will.
I realise you've voiced 75% of those people, and I feel bad.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
It's alright, you've like voiced an entire exchange between Falcon and the
Yeah, but you voiced like 7 exchanges.
It's true. Okay,
So we're gonna have a judge and we're gonna have a
if
prosecutor.
you'll be the judge and I'll be the prosecutor. I think that makes the most sense.
Alright, settle down everyone, settle down. Is everybody here? J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
I've got to think of a voice name. Rupert Remington, present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Done. That's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Ha! I knew it.
You what?
Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
No. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I wonder who got the first. We only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbits' feet. Unless he's improved considerably, he might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know, but say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest?
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Are the jury all present? Oh, good God.
All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Catelyn de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand.
I completely forgot about all the witnesses. Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
Oh wow.
What the hell is he? I feel like he's a pirate, so I should probably...
As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name is... My name... What the fuck?
My name is Inspector Justin Valerti.
My name is Inspector Just Valerty. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, great. I was hoping we'd have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with the lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn down his own mother if he saw... No, I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival.
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rockwell. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Catelyn de Meow. I'm no longer a pirate. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Greenby with his blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case, in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Bloody paws? Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Falcon.
Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Now, my tactic for these is just to press everything.
Well, we can focus on the bloodied paws bit, because
I
we need
suppose,
more
yeah.
information about that.
Yeah. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details the judge and jury don't have coming their time. No!
So yeah, this is a Phoenix Wright mechanic right there.
Phoenix Wright doesn't punish you for pressing unnecessarily. They charge you for...
It does in some cases. So some of the more, like, critical cases, if you press in the wrong place, you can lose lives.
Yeah. So that's a statement to question. So blood on her paws.
Inspector, you say Dame Catelyn had blood on her paws.
Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict.
How much? I suppose how much is a reasonable question, because if she killed him, there'd be a lot more than if she, like, picked him up.
Yeah.
Because I doubt that there's forensics in 19th century France.
Who knows?
God, how much?
Well, historians probably, but...
Historians didn't bring up this detail, where birds were in charge.
How much blood was there on the lady's paws, Inspector?
Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. We noticed the blood under the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth.
Her mouth? How vile!
The Inspector's answer seems pretty definitive.
Do you have another question about the blood on Dame Catelyn's paws?
Yeah.
Yes! All of the questions.
Whose blood was it?
Ha! What a question! It was Monsieur Greenby's, of course.
How can you be so sure?
I object! This line of questioning is absurd! There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon!
What if there were two?
The blood on Dame Catelyn's paws could have only belonged to one person, and that's Monsieur Grenouille. Judge! Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions.
I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Greenby?
No, not really. Well, I mean...
What have we got? We got...
Wait! Bloodied steak.
Yeah, and there was no cutlery.
So, yes! Oh, we're geniuses.
I do.
I
do, Your Honour.
I do.
Oh, I do. Actually, I have more than... No. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Catelyn's paws had nothing to do with the murder.
This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Catelyn's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from?
This steak.
Thank you very much, my darling.
Why do we still have the steak?
On the evening of the murder, Dame Catelyn
Whoa!
ate a bloody rare steak.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is this true, Monsieur Rabbington?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu.
Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak?
Well...
wait, don't answer that, Inspector.
It is a possibility.
No!
Intriguing. Pretty convincing.
You gained a little favour with the jury.
Oh, fantastic.
So, Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater?
Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with the flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood in her paws with such good manners?
Oh, that is a good question. Or, at least, it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. This cigar...
the cigar.
Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because... the silverware of the household had been previously stolen.
Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report.
We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgwell residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorgwell approached us about this very subject last night. What a twist!
What a twist.
What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report?
Oh dear.
Lax, my investigation? Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force.
Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all.
Ooh. Oh dear.
Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case.
Ooh. I kind of feel bad for him.
Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time.
Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robizio Rubino, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
I just realised. We're going to have to present the picture as evidence at some point.
we can't do that when he's arraigned.
We're going to lose favour with the jury.
We'll use that as a last resort.
I mean, we can't even look at the picture, so we don't know if it is actually useful.
Monsieur Robinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
God, I've completely forgotten my voice for Rubinho.
You can just make it up.
How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? It's a little cliché, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? As if anybody in the courtroom doesn't immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robizio Robinio, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es un pipe.
Ceci ne pas un pipe. Or I can't even remember now.
You may have seen my works in hip magazines, Le Brochet, or C'est Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like.
Tweets? Oh god.
What's happened?
I don't know.
Ken Ross. Okay.
Okay. What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Robinio, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities? What your activities were on the night of the murder?
Could you tell us your activities were on the... No, you read it right the first time.
Oh.
I guess he's so nervous.
Very well. I was hired by Baron Rorgwell to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening, pointed my camera, and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Ruguel and left. Like a true artist. And, with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? Oh no. I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so you could all see for yourselves.
What?
Oh no. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look.
That's...
Someone's missing.
No,
There's hands on the clock.
there's hands on the clock, but I thought that in the picture that we've got, the Baron isn't there. It's,
What's her name?
the defendant, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it is. Oh man. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? Let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Ruguel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Pertois de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhart, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are definitely clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon, I'm not done yet.
The prosecution may continue.
Behind the photograph subject, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time sufficient? Or significant? Well, as Inspector Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time that the murder took place. I'm turning into Bryan Krantz, I've just noticed.
Well, he's a rabbit now.
Every suspect that has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself.
Could have been suicide.
It's true, he could have dissected himself.
Yeah.
Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different from the one that we borrowed from Rubinio's studio.
I see it too. Our photograph shows Colleen Duhart, Dame Catelyn, and Signor Pertois. But Monsieur Robinho's photograph shows Baron Ruguel where Dame Catelyn should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way.
You should just slam the evidence down. Be like, BAM! Inconsistency. The whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed.
I can't do that.
Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words.
No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Rubinho would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we would
And I would lose my ability to speak.
In a worst-case scenario, I would lose my legal license, and we would be arrested for theft.
Oh. Well, we don't want that.
No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honour, I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Very well, the defense may proceed.
It's a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
I mean, we can at very least question him on the clock.
Yes.
I guess we question him on the photograph.
Hang on. He arrived at 7
7.
p.m. Set up his camera. Okay, so that... I suppose that would take about half an hour.
I think if we press him on the photograph,
Yeah.
then we might be able to be like, BAM!
Let's take a closer look at this photograph.
Why is it in black and white?
Why is it in black and white? I see a mistake. We can talk about the missing... Yeah, we could talk about the missing hands.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinho, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not?
That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies.
That is most curious, because I see a mistake.
A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, monsieur. The camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific.
Certainly.
Ooh, click on the area they believe contained a mistake. Yeah.
The clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it.
Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the, key piece of evidence that implicates the client.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in the picture.
Missing hands. Just throw down the picture.
The photograph clearly shows the hands pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident.
Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinière has no hands.
Bom, bom, bom. It has no hands?
The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Roguel or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy?
I'm going to change his voice slightly, because he's very similar to the prosecutor.
Okay.
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process.
An error precisely where the clock's hands should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph.
Edited?
I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. Would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process.
Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing?
Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph suspects of the victim. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho.
Fine. You got me. I'm guilty. I did it all.
You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Greenway?
What? No. I have no idea who killed that frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered? By whom?
I dare not say.
Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defence's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names.
It's a good thing that only one person has claws.
Yeah, he's sort of implicated there without realizing. His claws. Do you hear that, Falcon?
That is most unfortunate.
Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live in the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course.
I can't protest. This is the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs.
Intriguing. Pretty convincing.